Okay, so today we finally get to work on the Springer again. I've got so much stuff going on here at this house that I just haven't had time to really even work on this between working on the other two bikes to get them ready for the road. So today we're going to do the cam tensioners. If you saw my one video, I did manage to get the tool to do this so I don't have to press the cams out. So let me adjust this a little bit so you can see what's going on, and we'll I think these are already loose. Okay, so I've already pulled the lifters out and set them down here according to, whether they're in the front or the rear. Check them out and clean them, everything. So I already took this cover off once a while ago. I'm going to save these bolts, although I'm not going to use them. I have brand new chrome bolts going in for this. But we're going to save them anyway, just in case for some reason something goes on with those bolts. So the downside of doing videos is I don't get to listen to music. When I do this, I just actually had to shut it off. But and we're finally getting some work done on this. I'm hoping to wrap this up in at least a month, because I'm already looking at my next project, and I'm thinking maybe a shovel head for this winter. I haven't really decided yet, and I haven't looked around. This is not really the best time to look for a bike right now in the summertime. Fall is actually the best time, to look for something. So we'll take that out. Oop, we got some oil draining out here. So we'll have to check for any kind of debris in here. I'm not sure why there's oil in here. I already took this out once. So we're going to look in here. I'm not seeing any debris in here from that shoe. So we'll put that aside over here for now. Let me find another rag to clean this up with, because I don't like all this oil. So here's everything that we got to deal with today and get this all set. I don't see any kind of debris inside. The shoe doesn't look that bad. It looks, fairly decent. Alright. So let me get the camera over here. Alright, so there's the outer shoe. It doesn't look that bad. You can see it's a little worn, but it doesn't really look that bad. But we're going to take it off anyway. But I'm wondering why there's no... I'm not seeing a timing mark on here. There should be one on the gear somewhere. Unless I'm missing it, but I'm not seeing it anywhere on here. Because I know this gear can actually be flipped around the other way. So I wonder if somebody took that off. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. So I'm going to mark it anyway. Okay, so I don't really know what's going on with that timing mark. I'm going to have to look at that. Whoops, you know what I need? I need this. Okay, so I couldn't get this thing in. For some reason it didn't want to, probably Chinese shit. So we'll just go with the trusty impact wrench. I took that right off, and there is the timing mark. That washer was actually covering it up. Take this off like that. And here is that goes up in there. So we'll put this over here for now. Doesn't really matter if it's on the same rings as the other one. And now we can, what am I looking for? I'm looking for this thing. So now we can take this off. Oop, this side. See if we can get it out of here now, but you can see it is fairly worn. I don't know how good that's coming in, but I mean, it's not breaking apart or anything, but still we want to put a new one in. So now we got to get at the inner, because the inner, both shoes are different. There's an inner shoe and an outer shoe, and they're actually both different. So I got to make sure I keep them. If I can get this thing out now, for some reason it doesn't want to come out. Oh well, I don't need to take that out yet anyway, so. Alright, so I think we can use the same, we're going to get the same one? Yeah, we can use the same one before. I just want to make sure we don't lose that. I'm going to take this clip out too. Do we need to take that out? I don't think we need to take that out. Well, actually we do, because there's a screw behind there. So we'll just pop that out and we'll put that right there, just where it needs to go. So now we'll just do, so one, we're not going to take these four out because that's the oil pump. So we're not going to mess with the oil pump. So it's these four, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll start taking this out. We'll kind of do, we'll do odd, opposite. You don't really have to worry about this too much when you're taking it off. When you're putting it back on, you have to though, but we're going to do odd anyway. Oops. I think that's it. So we want to make sure we don't touch these four. So I think we got them all. Yeah, I think so. So we'll take this off. And these are all the same, so it doesn't really matter. So I ordered a couple spark plugs yesterday with this gasket, and then found out I already had the gasket, so that'll be a couple that I'll have to hold on to for now. So I got to do the deluxe sometime this winter. I'm going to listen to it this summer to see, what it sounds like. If I hear anything unusual in it. All right, so I think that's it. Let me put this back underneath here for a little bit. Still draining some oil out. I need to get a persuader. Here we go. It's coming out now. Alright, so we want to make sure that things like this go back in here the way they should, because that's the return line. Okay, so if we look at and I just realized you get all these new O-rings and snap rings when you get the new one. So here's the new one, which is this part number. So these are regular Harley part numbers. This is the primary. So the secondary they call for the inner one. And here's the O-ring that goes around the return line. And then that's a screen one, and I'm not sure what this one. I know where it goes, but I don't know what it is. So here's the shoe that we're taking off. It's missing some material. I mean, it's not terribly bad. I don't see it cracking or anything like that. But then here's the new one, and now we got to take the we got to take the O-ring off this one and put the secondary one on here. Okay, so here we got the tool all hooked up for the secondary. Pops right off. So this one is actually a little worse, it looks like. So now you don't have to press the cams out. This tool works awesome. So let's put the new secondary one in. Okay, so there it is, second one in. This tool works awesome. Don't have to worry about pressing these cams out. So it's might be a little low. I think it's going to come up a little bit. I'm going to move it up a little bit after I put the snap ring in there. But let's get that done and get this back in the motor. Okay, so we've got the... I got to take my glasses off. I see up close. So we've got the secondary shoe in, and we put the new O-rings in there and here. So there's return oil. I didn't bother to take this screen off because it looks like it's kind of a pain in the ass to put on, but it looks fine. So I think we can start putting this back together. So let's, you know what we gotta do? We gotta take tension off this. That's why I forgot that. So let's take, let me see, where's my pen? We'll do this one. We'll use this. But we'll clean this off. Put a little lock. I gotta look up the torque on this because I don't remember what the torque specs were on this. Come on, this is no good. I gotta go get another one. It's always something. Okay, so it is day 2. We've got everything cleaned up on this gear case here. We got the gasket in place. I did want to show you something because on this piece here, you can see there's a little bit of the chrome that's coming off, and there's some chrome coming off here. But the way this mounts, this is underneath, and you won't see that anyway, even when, especially when you have the muffler on. So what we used to do to make this so this won't go, start flaking anymore, is that we used to take like clear nail polish and just put it, you can see, just like put it over the end, and that'll stop, it'll stop it from rusting there, and it'll also stop it from the chrome flaking off anymore. So we just kind of put that on there, just paint it on around the edges and on the top. Same thing we have here. We have a little bit here that I'm not going to replace this cover just for this little piece. When it sits on the bike like this, you're not going to really see a whole lot of it anyway, because the muffler, the exhaust is going to cover it up. But we used to do this for bolts too, for chrome bolts. We used to take a dab of clear nail polish and put them in the top of like the Allen head bolts, so that way they don't, because those tend to rust out, and that would stop them from rusting out. So we put that on it, let that dry for a little bit, and then we can button this part up. Got a whole brand new set of bolts that go in there for the cover. So let's take a look at the cover. Oops, let me bend this down a little bit. So we got the cover here. You can see we got the gasket on it. Let me move that in. You can see what's going on. We got the gasket on it. So we're gonna button this up now. Let me get this out. We'll get. Okay, so we got that button up, which is probably the most difficult part of what's going on with this bike right now. So next video, we'll put the we're going to wrap the motor up. We're going to put the push rods in, push rod tubes. We'll put the rocker box tops on, and then we'll start working on the carburetor. Get that mounted, and that'll be it for that video. Then we have to do the clutch cover, rear brake line. Then we got to do the controls up top with the new braided throttle and idle cables, and that should wrap that up. So hopefully in another couple of weeks this will be finished, and then we can take it out for a test ride. So don't forget to subscribe. Leave me some comments below. What do you think? Have you done these cam chain tensioners on your bikes? This should be good for another 20,000, even though I didn't get, I think they're what, Psycho shoes or something on there. So this should be good for another 20,000 miles, so at least a few more years before I'll have to do these again. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.